Chapter 5, Closed Sets and Closure. First we have a definition. Let X tau be a topological space, then a subset A of X is said to be closed in X if its complement X minus A is open in X. That means a subset of X is closed if its complement X minus A is open. That is the obvious definition of a closed set. But here X minus A is open in X means what? X minus A is a member of the topology. We can take one example. Consider R with the usual topology. So R with the usual topology means open sets are open intervals. So what about this interval, closed interval AB? We'll check whether this closed interval AB is a closed set in this topology. For that we need to write X minus A. I am calling this as capital A. So what is X minus A? X is R here. So R minus closed interval AB. This is minus infinity A union B infinity. This means what? This is an open set. This is again an open set. Union of open sets is open. So this means R minus AB is open in R, or is a member of where? Is a member of tau. So this implies what? AB is a closed set in R tau. Hope you have got the definition of a closed set. Now, the openness and closedness in a topological space are neither mutually exclusive nor exhaustive. That means there are subsets in a topological space which are both open as well as both open and closed. For example, in any topological space, what about X and Phi? X and Phi are obviously the members of that topology. That means they are open. But what about their complement? Complement of X is X minus A, that is Phi, which is a member of tau, which implies what? This X, this is like X minus A. X is closed. Similarly, what about Phi? The complement of Phi is X minus Phi, that is X itself, which is a member of tau, which implies this Phi is a closed set. So X and Phi are open as well as they are closed. Such sets are called Klopen sets. So what is a Klopen set? Klopen sets is a set which is both closed as well as open in a topological space. Now there are sets which are not closed as well as not open. Again, by taking R with usual topology, consider the set A as Q, set of rationals. This set is neither open nor closed in the usual topology. Similarly, the set of irrationals is also not closed as well as not open. So by taking the topological space as indiscrete topological, every set, there are only two sets, X and Phi, that is the every set in this topology is Klopen because they are open as well as closed. What about discrete topology? Suppose we are taking X as AB, discrete topology is Phi, X, A and B. So the complement of Phi is X, which is a member of tau, that means Phi is closed, and Phi X, complement of X is Phi, which is open, therefore X is closed, and complement of A is x minus a, which is b, which is a member of tau. So this means closed set, A is a closed set. Similarly, B is also a closed set. So every member of this discrete topological space also Klopen sets. Now we can construct a topological space other than this indiscrete and discrete topology, such that open sets are exactly the same as closed sets. Here we have seen open sets and closed sets are the same. X and phi are open and X and phi are closed. There are no other sets which is open and not closed except like that. Here also every set which is open is a closed set. Now we are defining a topology tau as set of all u in R such that X belongs to u implies minus X belongs to u and union the empty set. Clearly this is a topology on R that you can verify. You need to verify this. It will satisfy all the properties of topological space, all the axioms. Now let G be a arbitrary member of this topology, an open set of this topology. That means let G belongs to tau. So G belongs to tau means what? What are the members of this topology? Whenever X is a member of U, minus X is also a member of that set. So G belongs to tau implies that whenever X is a member of G, so does minus X. Clear? Now consider R minus G. Suppose X belongs to this R minus G. X belongs to R minus G means what? X is not a member of G, which implies minus X is not a member of G. Because whenever G is a member of tau, we have got this X belongs to G implies minus X belongs to G also. So X never not belongs to G implies minus X is not a member of G. So this implies minus X is a member of R minus G. If it is not in G, it will be in its complement R minus G. So what we have got, whenever X belongs to R minus G, minus X is also a member of R minus G. So this means R minus G is open. Hence G is closed. So we have taken a arbitrary member open set of this topology and we have got that is also a closed set. So this means G is both open and closed. So if you take any open set of this topology, which will be closed also. Next we have one theorem, theorem 1.2. Let C be the family of all closed sets in a topological space. So what is C? C be the collection of all closed sets. C has all closed sets in X in the given topological space. Then C has the following properties. First one, phi and X belongs to C. C is closed under arbitrary unions and C is closed under finite unions. Sorry, C is closed under arbitrary intersection and third one is C is closed under finite unions. And converse part we can prove later. First we will prove the first part, proof. So what is C? C is the collection of all closed sets in the topological space X tau. First we need to show phi and X belongs to C. For this, phi belongs to tau, which means what? Phi is open. Phi open means its complement X minus phi is closed. But what is X minus phi? This is nothing but X. So this is closed means this is a member of C. Similarly, X is an open set, so X belongs to tau, so its complement X minus X is closed. So X minus X is what? Phi is closed. That means phi is a member of C. So we have got this, phi and X belongs to C. Next we need to show C is closed under arbitrary intersection. Intersection of arbitrary members of C is again in C, that we need to show. For that we can take a collection Ci, I in I, be an arbitrary collection of members of C, and what we need to show? We need to show intersection over I in I, Ci is a member of C. This we need to show. For that we are taking its complement, that is x minus intersection of I in I, Ci. This can be written as union of I in I, x minus Ci by De Morgan's law. But if Ci's are members of C means Ci is a member of C means Ci is a closed set. That means its complement x minus Ci is open, or it is in tau. So arbitrary union of open sets is open because tau is a topology. So this means what? X minus intersection Ci is open, hence we have intersection Ci, I in I is closed or is a member of C. And third part, we need to show that C is closed under finite union. For that we are taking finite number of elements from C, that is C1 etc. Cn are members of C. This means what? Each Ci is closed, and we need to show this union I running from 1 to n Ci is in C. This we need to prove. For that we can take x minus union of Ci, that means the complement of this collection or this set, x minus union I running from 1 to n Ci. This is again by De Morgan's law, it is intersection I running from 1 to n x minus Ci. Since Ci's are elements of C, its complements x minus Ci are open or is a member of tau. That means all these are members of tau, and finite intersection of members of tau is again in tau. So this means what? X minus union of Ci is open, hence we have union of Ci's where I running from 1 to n is closed or is a member of C. So we have proved first three conditions of the given theorem. Now the converse part says that given any set and a family C of its subsets which satisfies the three properties. The three properties means these three: phi belongs to C, X belongs to C, C is closed under arbitrary intersection, and C is closed under finite union. It's just like the opposite of open sets in topology, because in topology it is closed under arbitrary union, but it is closed under arbitrary intersection, and there it is closed under finite intersection, and here it is closed under finite union, because C means collection of closed sets, that is C has the complements of members of tau. Okay, so we need to prove this one, that is given any set X and a family C of subsets which satisfies three properties, there exists a unique topology tau on X such that C coincides with family of all closed subsets of X tau. So we need to show this, that if C satisfies these three properties, then there exists a topology tau on X such that C is same as the family of all closed subsets of X tau. We can prove that. Now we are defining a collection tau as set of all B subsets of X such that X minus B is a member of C. So here C is not given as a closed sets. Okay, we have a family C of subsets of X, and this satisfy all these property, and we need to show that there exists a topology, unique topology, which coincides with the closed subsets of X tau. So we are defining tau as tau like this, and we need to show that tau is a topology. So for the first condition, we have given phi and this X belongs to C. So phi belongs to C as well as X belongs to C. Phi belongs to C means what? By this definition, phi belongs to C means its complement is in tau. That is the definition of tau. That means X minus phi, that is X, is a member of tau. Similarly, the complement of X, that is X minus X, that is phi, is a member of tau. So these two are very clear from the definition of tau. Now for the second condition, let collection Bi be an arbitrary collection of members of tau. Be the collection of members of tau. So that means X minus Bi, I in I, is arbitrary collection of members of C. Okay, these are members of C. But our assumption, C is closed under arbitrary intersection. So this means what? Intersection I in I, X minus Bi is in C. But this can be written as X minus union I in I, Bi. So this is a member of C. Then by this I am calling it as 1. Then by 1 we have union I in I is in tau, because X minus B in C means what? B is in tau. So X minus union Bi are in C means union, okay, this is Bi, union Bi is in tau. That means tau is closed under arbitrary union. So we have got the second condition. Now for third one, let B1, B2, etc. Bn are arbitrary members of tau. We need to show that the finite intersection of members of tau is again in tau. So we have to show this one, I running from 1 to n, Bi is in tau. We need to show this. Okay. For that we are taking its complements, that is X minus B1, X minus B2, etc. X minus Bn. So all these are members of C. Then by condition 3, what is condition 3? C is closed under finite union. We have union I running from 1 to n, X minus Bi is in C. So this means X minus intersection I running from 1 to n, Bi is in C by De Morgan's law, and X minus intersection Bi is in C means what? Intersection I running from 1 to n, Bi is in tau. So tau is closed under finite intersection, hence the tau we define here is a topology on X, and the collection of all closed sets under tau. What are the closed sets in this topology? A set B is closed in X tau means what? Its complement X minus B is open. So this coincides with this definition of tau. That means tau coincides with C, and the uniqueness is very evident from its construction, because we have taken tau as the complements of members of C. For one set there would be only one complement. So the uniqueness is very clear from that definition. Now we have one definition. The closure of a subset of a topological space is defined as the intersection of all closed subsets containing it. So what is a closure of a set? Suppose A is a subset of X. A closure is denoted by this symbol A closure and is defined as the intersection of C's such that C is closed, because we have given it as the intersection of all closed subsets and containing it. That means A is contained in C, or we can say that A closure is the intersection of all closed supersets of A. So if this is our set A, what is A closure? We need to take all closed sets containing A, that is C1, this is some other C2, this is some other C3, etc., and it is defined as the intersection of all these sets. So closure is the smallest set. A closure is the smallest closed set containing A. A closure is a closed set because intersection of closed sets are again closed, that we have studied here. Closed, if C is closed under arbitrary intersection. So intersection of this closed set is again a closed set. So closure is a closed set, and clearly that closure contains A because every C contains A, so its intersection also contains A. So A closure is the smallest. How you got smallest? Because it is the intersections. So this is the smallest set containing A. And what happens if A itself is closed? If A is closed, then which is the smallest closed set containing A? It is A itself. So A closure is A whenever A is closed. Now closure of a set depends on the topology. That we can see with an example. Consider X as some A, B, C, and we are defining tau1 as X phi A. That is the Sierpinski topology, and tau2 we can define this as X phi and some C, another Sierpinski topology. Now we can take A as BC. We are taking A as BC. So what is A closure with respect to tau1? With respect to tau1 we are denoting it as A closure tau1. So A closure tau1 means that it is the intersection of all closed sets containing BC in tau1. So which are the closed sets in tau1? Closed sets in tau1 are obviously phi and X. Since A is open, its complement is what? X minus A. X minus A. X minus A is BC. So this is BC. So these are the three closed sets. There are three closed sets, and how many of them contains A? Because we need the intersection of all closed sets containing A. A is contained in X as well as A is contained in BC. Okay, BC itself is A. So which is the smallest of these two, or intersection of these two? That is X intersection A, that is A. So A closure with respect to tau1 is A itself. Or we can say that by looking at here, since A is a member of this tau1, its complement BC is a closed set in tau1. So this set, the given set itself is closed, and by this A closure is A itself. Now if you take tau2, what are the closed sets in tau2? Closed sets in tau2 are X, phi and complement of C, that is X minus C. What is X minus C? X minus C is AB, set AB. So these are the three closed sets, and how many of them contains A? Only X contains A. So A closure with respect to tau 2 is the smallest closed sets containing A, that is nothing but X. So we have taken same set X and we have taken A as the same, but we have got A closure with respect to the first topology as A itself and A closure with respect to the second topology as X. This means what? Closure of a set depends on the topology. Now we have one remark, that is, if Y subset of X and A subset of Y, then A closure with respect to tau restricted to Y is equal to Y intersection A closure with respect to tau. So this is like open set. What is an open set in tau restricted to Y? It is intersection of an open set of tau with Y. Similarly, A closure with respect to tau restricted to Y is same as A closure in tau intersection with Y. Now we have one proposition, proposition 1.4. Let A, B be subsets of a topological space X tau. First one, A closure is a closed subset of X. Moreover, it is the smallest closed subset of X containing A. That is, if C is a closed set such that A is contained in C, then A closure should be contained in C, because C is a closed set containing A means what? This C belongs to that collection, A closure collection. What is A closure? It is the intersection of C's such that C is closed and A is contained in C. So this C belongs to A closure. So A closure should be the smallest one. A closure is contained in A. And second one, phi closure is phi. Third one is A is closed in X if and only if A closure equal to A. Fourth one, A closure equal to A closure, or in other words, okay, this is A closure, the all closure. A closure, the all closure. A closure, the all closure equal to A closure, or in other words, C of A. We can denote closure of a set as C of A also. Both these are same. So C of A is C of A itself, and last one, closure of A union B is A closure union B closure. So we can prove all these proof. First, we will define C as the collection of all C in X such that C is closed in X and A is contained in C. So what is the collection C? Collection C is the closed sets in X such that C is a superset of A, or A is contained in C. Then by definition, A closure is intersections of these C's where C is a member of C. So what is A closure? A closure is the intersection of closed sets where A is contained in that closed set. So being the arbitrary intersection of closed sets, this is closed, that we have studied in the last theorem. Arbitrary intersection of closed sets is closed set. So A closure is a closed set. So this implies what? A closure is contained in C for every C in C. That is, A closure is the smallest closed set containing A. Clear? Now second part, phi closure. Phi closure means what? There is no point in phi. Smallest closed set containing phi is phi itself. So there is nothing to prove here. 2 is very clear. And third one, that is A is closed in X if and only if A closure is A. So first we assume that, or suppose that A is closed in X. Since A is closed in X, the smallest closed set containing A is A itself. So A closure is A itself. So there is nothing to prove. And conversely, suppose A closure equal to A. A closure equal to A means what? A closure is a closed set. So A is closed because A closure is same as A. So there are also nothing to prove. And what about fourth one? A closure, the all closure. A closure is a closed set, that we know. So taking this set, that is A closure, you consider this A closure as A and now apply this third condition. What is third condition? A is closed if and only if A closure equal to A. So this set, that is A closure, is closed if and only if A closure, the closure equal to A closure. That is by these three. Actually, the only part we need to prove here is that the fifth one, that is A union B, the all closure equal to A closure union B closure. So this we can prove. Proof. We know A is contained in A closure because A closure is the smallest closed set containing A. Similarly, B is contained in B closure. So A union B is contained in A closure union B closure. So this set is contained in A closure union B closure means what? By definition of closure, A union B closure should be contained in A closure union B closure because this is a closed set. This is a closed set. So A union B is contained in this closed set means what? A closure should be either this one or smaller than this one. Clear? Because A union B closure is the smallest closed set containing A union B. And we have got one closed set containing A union B. That is A closure union B closure. So A union B, the all closure, should be less than or contained in this set A closure union B closure. So we can call this as 1. Now A1 contained in A2 implies A1 contained in A2 and is contained in A2 closure. That is A1 is contained in A2 closure. That is A2 closure is a closed set containing A1. So this means what? A1 closure should be, or it is contained in A2 closure because A2 closure is a closed set containing A1 means this A2 closure belongs to that collection. So A1 closure is contained in A2 closure. Whenever A1 is contained in A2, we have started from here. A1 is contained in A2 means A1 closure is contained in A2 closure. Now we have A contained in A union B as well as B contained in A union B. So this means what? By applying this, A closure contained in A union B closure and B closure contained in A union B closure. That is A closure union B closure is contained in A union B closure. So this can be taken as 2, and from 1 and 2 we have this result: A union B closure is same as A closure union B closure.